How to pass your TryHackMe SAL1 multiple choice exam. This is exam prep on YouTube. Once again, my name is KD. This is part 1, the introduction to the TryHackMe SAL1 exam and study strategies for the multiple choice section. You ever notice how certifications are like gym memberships? You start off motivated. This is the year I get Security Plus and SAL1. Then, halfway through, you're staring at your laptop and you're saying, why did I sign up for this again? Except here, and unlike a gym membership, if you don't finish, you're out of a cybersecurity job. You're not just giving up six-pack abs. And let's be honest, at least the gym gives you towels. This exam, it gives you just stress and worry day and night until you pass the exam. But don't worry, if you're watching this, you already made the right move because CyberDefend Lab has your back. The excitement and promise of the SAL1 exam. You're not just studying for any certification. You're taking on the brand new TryHackMe Security Analyst Level 1 SAL1 exam. A certification so fresh it still smells fresh and new, like a brand new car, or a pair of new shoes fresh out the box. And guess what? That also means there's barely any structured prep material out there, specifically for the multiple choice section of the exam. No structured outside exam prep? No problem. That's why we're here. Introduction to the video series and exam prep focus. What this series is and what it's not. This is not some generic cybersecurity course where we throw a bunch of outdated PowerPoint slides at you. This is an intelligent, structured, and engaging exam prep series designed specifically to help you crush the multiple choice section of the SAL1 exam. Now, I need to be crystal clear about this because I know someone in the comments is going to ask, this series is only for the multiple choice section of the exam? We're not covering SOC Simulator 1 or SOC Simulator 2 here. Those require hands-on, real-world lab experience. But for the multiple choice section, we've got the most structured study guide on YouTube, period. The CyberDefend Lab YouTube playlist equals your ultimate study guide. You're not in this alone. The CyberDefend Lab YouTube playlist is a full step-by-step journey built specifically for the multiple choice section of the SAL1 exam. This isn't a random mix of cybersecurity videos. We designed this to be your structured go-to study plan. By the end of this series, you'll be able to look specifically at the multiple choice section like a SOC analyst reviewing security logs. Confident, prepared, and able to spot the right answers like a seasoned pro. Mandatory disclaimer, legal eagle stuff. All right, real quick, legal stuff. This video series is not affiliated with TryHackMe. CyberDefend Lab has zero insider knowledge about what's on the SAL1 exam. Everything here is based on publicly available materials and TryHackMe's own learning paths. We're here simply to help you structure your studies, not to leak exam questions. Got it? Cool. YouTube is the key to your success. Why YouTube is the best study platform for SAL1 multiple choice prep. Now, let's talk about why YouTube is actually the best way to prepare for this exam's multiple choice section. Replayability. You ever wish your school teachers had a rewind button? Well, here you can pause, rewind, and replay until these concepts are burned into your brain. Visual and audio learning. Reading a dry textbook? Painful. Watching, listening to, and engaging video where everything is explained in a way that actually makes sense? Priceless. A structured playlist that keeps you on track. If you follow this playlist, video by video, you'll never feel lost or overwhelmed. Each episode builds on the last, like a perfectly crafted SOC workflow. So hit that subscribe button, grab your notes, and let's start breaking this exam down, one video at a time. Part 2, overview of the SAL1 certification. What's the SAL1 certification? All right, now that we know what this series is all about, let's talk about what you signed up for, the TryHackMe Security Analyst Level 1 certification. That's SAL1. Unlike some other entry-level cybersecurity certifications that just make you memorize acronyms and spit out definitions, the SAL1 is different. It's not just about answering multiple choice questions, it actually tests your ability to do the job of a SOC analyst. Breakdown. Threat detection. Can you spot suspicious activity in a network? Triage. Can you prioritize and escalate security alerts? Incident response. Can you take action when an attack happens? If you've ever thought to yourself, I wish certifications actually prepared me for real world cybersecurity work, SAL1 is exactly what you're looking for. What makes SAL1 unique? Now, here's what makes SAL1 a game changer compared to other certifications. It's new. New certification, 2025 release. If you're watching this in 2025, congratulations. You're one of the first people to go for SAL1. That means barely any structured exam prep exists yet, which is exactly why I made this series, specifically for the multiple choice section of the exam. Real world scenarios, not just memorization. Most certifications teach you what security concepts are. SAL1 makes sure you can actually apply them in real world SOC environments. Think of it like learning how to ride a bike. Not by reading a book, but by actually getting on a bike and riding it. Understand that part? Think of learning like how to ride a bike. You don't learn how to ride a bike by reading a book. You learn how to ride a bike by actually getting on the bike and riding it. Okay, let's move on. Fully online and self-paced. No need to schedule an in-person exam or deal with test center drama. You get 24 hours to complete the certification at your own pace online. SAL1 exam equals your 24-hour cybersecurity escape room. It's like an escape room, but instead of unlocking doors, you're unlocking the secrets of cybersecurity threats. And instead of competing against the clock, well, actually, you are competing against the clock. The exam breakdown. Now let's break down exactly what's on the SAL1 exam and how much each section counts towards your final score. Okay, exam components. We have exam 1, multiple choice. We have exam 2, SOC simulator 1. We have exam 3, SOC simulator 2. Okay, so for exam number 1, multiple choice, the format is 80 questions. So there'll be 80 questions that are multiple choice. That's going to be 20% of your final grade. Exam 2, SOC simulator 1, real world scenario, is 40% of your final score, your final grade. And exam 3, SOC simulator 2, real world scenario, that's 40% of your score. Okay, so quick breakdown of each section again. Exam 1. This is the part we're focusing and preparing you for. This is the part we're focusing and prepping you on in this YouTube video series. On the actual exam, you'll get 80 multiple choice questions covering networking, operating systems, cybersecurity frameworks, attack detection, and more. Exam 2 is the SOC Simulator 1. This is where things get hands-on. You'll be placed in a realistic SOC environment, analyzing security alerts, investigating threats, and responding to incidents. No guessing. This is just real-world cybersecurity work. Exam 3. This is SOC Simulator 2. That's 40% of your grade. More hands-on challenges, but this time the scenarios are even more in-depth. You'll be expected to think like a real SOC analyst, following incident response workflows and making decisions based on live data. Why this matters to you. This isn't a sit back and guess the answers kind of certification. It's a real test of your skills. But if you prepare the right way, using structured study techniques and following this YouTube series for the multiple choice section, you're going to walk into that exam 100% confident. And that's exactly what we're here to do. So, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and let's keep moving forward. Part 3. What this series covers and what it doesn't cover. What you'll get in this YouTube series. All right. So now that you know what the SAL1 certification is all about, let's talk about how this YouTube series is going to help you pass the multiple choice section like a pro. This isn't some highly technical cybersecurity lecture series where you just sit through boring slides you don't understand. Well, we're building a structured, engaging, and actually useful video study plan that makes sure you're fully prepared for the multiple choice section. 18 plus videos covering multiple choice topics in the SAL1 exam. Every major topic broken down into digestible, easy to follow lessons. No fluff, just the essential knowledge you need to answer those 80 questions with confidence. Study techniques designed specifically for the multiple choice section. SAL1 isn't a guessing game. It's about understanding how SOC analysts think. We're going to break down tricky questions, teach you how to spot distractor answers, and show you how to think like a security analyst instead of just memorizing definitions. By the time you finish this playlist, you won't just be ready for the test, you'll almost be ready for a real SOC job. What this series does not cover. Now, let me be 100% clear about what this series does not cover because I don't want anyone confused about what they're getting here. SOC Simulator 1 or SOC Simulator 2. Those two parts of the exam are hands-on labs where you'll have to investigate security incidents, analyze logs, and respond to attacks. And let's be real, there's no way I can replicate a live SOC environment in a YouTube video. That's like trying to learn how to drive by watching Fast and Furious. No interactive lab environments. If you want to prepare for the SOC simulators, you'll need to practice inside TryHackMe's platform, use real-world SOC tools, and build hands-on experience inside of TryHackMe's platform. This YouTube series is focused only on the multiple choice section of the SAL1 exam because that's where structured video study materials actually work best. Why we're focusing on multiple choice strategy. Here's why this focus makes sense. Most people fail because they underestimate the multiple choice section. They think it's just memorization. But SAL1 is designed to test your ability to analyze situations like a real SOC analyst. The multiple choice section sets the foundation for SOC simulator success. If you don't understand core cybersecurity concepts, your hands-on skills won't matter. This series makes sure you understand the fundamentals first. YouTube is the perfect platform for this type of learning. You can pause, you can rewind, you can replay difficult topics as many times as you need, something you can't do in a live lab. Okay, let's recap part 3 and prep for the next section. So, now you know exactly what to expect from this series and what not to expect. If you're here for hands-on SOC simulations, go practice and TryHackMe. But if you want to master the multiple choice section and log into the SAL1 exam fully prepared, stick with the CyberDefend Lab YouTube series. Next up, we're jumping into how to study for the multiple choice section. So if you want to learn the best test taking strategies for SAL1, make sure you're subscribed and let's keep going. Part 4, how to study for the multiple choice section of SAL1. Common challenges with multiple choice questions. All right, let's be real. Multiple choice questions in cybersecurity aren't like picking toppings for your pizza. You don't just pick what looks good and hope for the best. In real world SOC work, you're analyzing logs, investigating incidents, and making security decisions, not picking from A, B, C, or D. That's why many people struggle with these exams. Real world cybersecurity doesn't always translate well into multiple choice questions. The exam isn't just testing what you know, it's testing how you think. Why multiple choice can be tricky. Some questions will throw in unnecessary details just to mess with you. Others will have two answers that seem right, but only one follows SOC best practices. And then there's the classic, which of these is the least correct question? The ultimate brain trap. But don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to break these questions down, find the right answers, and avoid common mistakes. test taking strategies for the multiple choice section. Number one, break down the question. First things first, before you even look at the answers, analyze the question itself. Look for keywords that tell you exactly what's being asked. Example, a SOC analyst notices a spike in outbound DNS traffic from a single endpoint. What is the most likely cause? Key phrases: spike in outbound DNS traffic equals potential command and control or C2 traffic. Wrong answers first. Eliminate anything unrelated to DNS. Brute force attacks, for example. Best choice: DNS tunneling used for exfiltration. By breaking the question down into pieces, you eliminate distractions and find the best answer. Think like a SOC analyst. This is where a lot of test takers mess up. They think like students, not like SOC analysts. But in the real world, security professionals use logic and real world scenarios to make decisions. How to approach a tough question. If two answers seem correct, go with the one that aligns with standard SOC procedures. Think about attacker behaviors and how defenders should respond. If you had to justify your answer in a real SOC meeting, which one would make the most sense? Don't just memorize facts. Understand the logic behind them. Don't get distracted. And this is number three. Don't get distracted by extra information. Some questions will include a bunch of unnecessary details just to mess with you. Don't fall for it. Example, a SOC analyst working at a retail company notices a high volume of failed login attempts coming from multiple geographic locations within a short period of time. The company recently implemented a new password policy and switched to a cloud-based IAM solution. What is the best action to take? Okay, see, they're throwing in details about retail company and new password policy, but that's all noise. The real issue here is failed logins from different locations. That's credential stuffing. What to do? Ignore unnecessary background details. Identify the key technical information that matters. Pick the answer that resolves the issue in the best way. Effective study techniques. All right, now that you know how to attack the question strategically, let's talk about how to study effectively so you actually retain the information. Number one, note-taking methods that work best. Mind maps for networking and security frameworks. Networking concepts like OSI model, TCP, UDP, DNS, and SIEM workflows are easier to understand visually, so create mind maps. Flashcards for key terms and attack techniques. Attack vectors, log types, and incident response steps. Use flashcards to drill them into your brain. How to use this YouTube playlist effectively. This series is designed to be your step-by-step guide to passing the multiple choice section of SAL1. But to get the most out of it, here's what you need to do. One video equals one session. Watch one video per session, take notes, and make sure you fully understand it before moving on to the next video and study session. Rewatch difficult topics. Struggling with SIEM logs? Go back and rewatch that section until it clicks. Apply what you learn. Try to connect what we cover in this series to real-world SOC tasks, because that's what this exam is all about. Common mistakes to avoid. Even if you study the right material, there are a few major mistakes that can mess you up. Avoid these at all costs. Number one, memorizing instead of understanding. The worst mistake you can make is trying to memorize answers instead of learning the concepts. The exam will change the wording just enough to throw you off. So if you don't actually understand the material, you're done. Number two, relying only on practice questions. Practice questions are great, but they're not a substitute for actually learning the material. If you only rely on practice tests, you'll struggle when the exam throws a curveball. Number three, not timing yourself during practice exams. This is a time test. You don't want to spend too long on any one question. Get used to answering questions quickly and effectively. Okay, let's recap part 4. All right, now you've got a solid game plan for studying. avoiding common mistakes, and approaching multiple choice questions like a SOC analyst. So, subscribe, grab your notes, and let's keep going. Part 5, Motivation and Encouragement. Why you can pass this exam. All right, let's get one thing straight. You can pass this exam. If you're watching this, you already have an advantage most people don't. A structured study plan specifically for conquering the multiple choice section of the SAL1 exam. Most people fail cybersecurity exams not because they aren't smart enough, but because they don't have a clear plan. They bounce between random resources, get overwhelmed, and end up doubting themselves. Success equals structured learning plus consistency. You're going to use structured learning and consistency, and that will lead to your success. Why you're in a better position than most test takers. You're not just blindly studying. You have this CyberDefend Lab playlist as your roadmap. Every topic you need for the multiple choice section, it's covered step by step here. No more guessing what to study. Just follow along and you'll be fine. This exam is built for entry level analysts. Even if you're completely new to cybersecurity, SAL1 is designed to test fundamental SOC skills. You don't need 10 years of experience. You just need to understand the core concepts and apply logical thinking. The key is consistency. And if you stick with this series, you'll go into that multiple choice exam feeling prepared, confident, and ready to crush it. Mind shift. Treat this like a real SOC job. Here's something most people overlook. This exam isn't just about passing a test. It's about training you to think like a SOC analyst. If you approach this the right way, you won't just get certified. You'll be job ready. Every question equals a real security incident. When you answer a multiple choice question, don't think of it as a quiz. Think of it like an alert just hit your SOC dashboard, and you have to decide the best course of action. Think like an attacker. Want to be a great defender? Learn to think like an attacker. If you understand how hackers operate, you'll immediately recognize attack patterns in the exam questions. If you see a weird SQL query in an exam question, don't just memorize definitions. Ask yourself, how would an attacker exploit this? What would a SOC analyst do next? That's how you get in the right mindset. How to stay motivated throughout your study process. Track your progress. One of the easiest ways to stay motivated, check off each video as you complete it. When you see yourself moving forward, it keeps you locked in and motivated to finish. Engage with the CyberDefend Lab community. This isn't just a solo mission. The CyberDefend Lab community is here to help you. Ask questions in the comments. Stuck on something? Drop a comment and let's talk about it. Share insights and help others. One of the best ways to reinforce what you learn is to explain it to someone else. If you can teach it, you truly understand it. Celebrate milestones. Finished 5 videos? Hit me up in the comments. I want to know about it. Celebrate your wins because every step forward is one step closer to passing this exam. Now let's recap part 5. Keep building momentum. Look, cybersecurity is a journey, not just an exam. But right now, you have everything you need to succeed. A clear roadmap, a solid mindset, and a community that has your back. Stick with this video series, and I promise, by the time you take the multiple choice sections of the SAL1 exam, you'll be conquering that section like a seasoned SOC analyst. Subscribe. Stay consistent. Let's keep going. Part 6. Take action now. Next step for viewers. All right. We've covered a lot in this video. You now know exactly what the SAL1 exam is, how to study for the multiple choice section of the exam, and how to stay motivated. But this is just the beginning. If you're serious about passing the exam, here's what you need to do right now to stay on track. Step 1. Subscribe to CyberDefend Lab. This entire playlist is structured to walk you through everything you need for the multiple choice section. The easiest way to stay on track, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. So that's click subscribe and turn on notifications. Step 2, follow the full playlist. This isn't just a collection of random cybersecurity videos. This is a structured study plan. Each video builds on the last one, so be sure to watch all of them. Step 3. Share this with others preparing for SAL1. Studying alone, that's tough. Studying with a partner, way easier. If you know someone else prepping for this exam, share this playlist with them. Hold each other accountable, quiz each other, and make sure you both sign into the exam ready to dominate. Tag a study partner in the comments and keep each other accountable. On to the next video. Now that you understand the structure of the exam, it's time to dive into the actual study material. And trust me, you're not going to pass this exam without knowing networking basics for SOC analysts. Next video. Networking basics for SOC analysts. Have you ever heard of TCP versus UDP? Ever wondered why hackers love DNS tunneling? We're going to break it all down in a way that actually sticks. So stay tuned, because we're going to turn network protocols into something you'll actually remember. Final words and sign off. Hit that like and subscribe button. Follow the playlist, and let's get to work, because by the end of this series, you're going to sign in to the SAL1 exam 100% prepared. Let's go. Once again, my name is KD, and this is the CyberDefend Lab on YouTube.